Welcome to the TeamFourStar Podcast. I'm Kaiser Neko.
I'm Lanny Pator.
And I'm Takahata 101.
Woo, podcast time again. I think this is our fourth, isn't it?
Yep.
Holy shit, we've actually managed to go further than the last time we did the podcast.
I know, right? And on a more frequent basis.
Right? It's almost as if we're putting effort into something.
That doesn't seem like us, I'm not gonna lie. We should end it, I think.
Yeah, okay.
And speaking of things we haven't put any effort into, how about special little premiere we got cooking up for Manifest, guys?
You couldn't resist that segue.
I can't wait.
Oh, I really couldn't. I love segues. I mean,
he really does. Even if they're like the most tangential, like the most thinly veiled, he'll do it.
But I personally am so excited for the next episode of Yu Yu Hakusho Abridged. I'm just so pumped.
And there has been absolutely no effort put into it.
Well, gotta continue the trend. Has to have that Team 4-star flavor.
Exactly.
It's so true.
So we've been cooking up a special little premiere. I guess this will be the real official announcement for it. And it's been something that we've been very excited to do for a very long time. We're doing episode of Bardock.
Yep, that's going to be the greatest thing. Go to hell, Kaiser. We're doing Cooler.
Yes, we're doing Cooler.
Does he know? That's cool.
He's going to know soon because we've given him a new voice because, Kaiser, you decided to step down from the role, correct?
Yeah. Basically, this was kind of a directorial decision as somebody who, with my range, I just felt like I wasn't really playing Cooler to the with the kind of majesty that the kind of character really needed.
And you know what, Kaiser? I think you would have done the role just fine, and you really did pull the voice together really well. But that being said, I am so f***ing glad you stepped down for the guy that took the role.
Yeah. Yeah. So this will be the official announcement for who's playing Cooler, even though there was no big build up to this because everyone thought I was playing him. But the role of Cooler, brother of Frieza, is going to be played by General Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
And the room falls incredibly silent.
No, he has a following online. He does lots of different dubs on his personal account, General Ivan. Some of them are very hilarious.
Yeah. That's true. That's actually how we got introduced to him.
And he is currently working with a certain company, which I don't know if we can necessarily say, but we can say he's working with somebody.
That's us, and the company is Team 4-Star.
Well, yeah.
And just a side note to everybody out there, for those of you out there who keep asking, oh, can I audition for this part? Can I audition for this part? And we say no, that's because we always are out there looking. And when we hear something that we like, that's when we get in contact with people.
I am not kidding. I believe it was on a video it was a related video of something that we worked on. I actually worked on. And someone asked, hey, Taka, can I please play Boo? It was on a video that had nothing to do with what we were working on either. It's crazy.
Yeah, we get that kind of stuff a lot, and of course we usually say no. We don't ever hold open auditions because at this point we would just get flooded. I mean, I remember when we started doing episode 20 for the fan cheers and boos, and the email got flooded with just that.
Yeah, we were still getting the cheers a month after the episode had premiered.
But yeah.
So yeah.
If you're out there and you're talented and you put yourself out there and, and we find you, I mean, I know that's a thing, but we do browse the internet. We will contact you.
And now watch as our YouTube is flooded with people's examples of their work.
Watch my stuff, 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 watch my stuff. But moving back to the topic at hand, Cooler, voiced by General Ivan. Kaiser, I hear you cooked up a little bit of a preview for the people.
Yep, and we're going to show that here in just a couple of minutes. But until we get to that, let's talk a little bit about the movie. Not spoil anything, but how do you think this movie's turned out? What are you really looking forward to in terms of characters in this one?
One thing that I always look forward to in the movies is that, because it's non-canon, we can just go out there and just do whatever the hell we want, basically. It's a very self-contained story, and while it is grounded in the Dragon Ball Z universe, at the same time, it's like, well, none of this really matters in the long string of things. It's not going to come back to bite anyone in any of the episodes, so let's go with it. Let's do what we can, and so that's part of what I like about the movies. It's just they turn out so goofy sometimes, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, Talking Movie Bubbles, played by Christopher Robin Miller,
Yeah. And you'll notice some characters will be a little bit more exaggerated than they even are in the show. An example of that is Goku. He's a little bit more out there and can sometimes be a little bit more jerky than he is in the series, but that's mostly because we just it's the movie, so we take opportunities to just go wild and make jokes sometimes we wouldn't in the show. We'll make references to things, mostly because we're like, these are a little bit lighter material, a little bit fluffier. And so
it's basically an ultra condensed Namek where you just got the Ginyus and Frieza.
Yeah. So Cooler is great. There's a lot of great character interaction. I love General Ivan as Cooler. Like, as you guys will see in the clip.
I bet you do.
Yeah, he bloody nails it. There's some other characters, smaller characters, who have a really great scene in this. And if you've seen the movie, you probably know who they are. But there are a couple of small characters who we haven't had any time to really show in the series that have this one great moment.
That's because the small characters only show up in the damn movies.
Or in Dragon Ball, yeah. So I'm very excited about that scene and a bunch of other stuff. How about we show the preview real quick, huh?
Yeah,
all right.
Let's go ahead with it.
This is a preview from the pre-credits scene of the movie.
All right, while we're doing that, I'm gonna go take a leak. See you in 1 second.
Okay.
Monsieur Cooler! Your brother, Lord Frieza, he has been killed.
Oh, is that right? And who Salsa killed him?
It was a Saiyan.
Well, I sure hope somebody picks up that phone.
The what?
Because I f***ing called it!
All right, I'm back.
Awesome.
All right, I got myself a White Russian, too.
Woo! All right.
Let's get this podcast rolling.
My favorite thing about this movie is where we're going to be premiering it, actually. Where are we premiering it, Taka?
We're going to manifest.
Yes, we are. I know we've been talking about this a lot for the past couple of episodes of this podcast, but I don't think we can describe just how fun that was when we were down there.
Yeah, I've got to admit, like, I couldn't even believe just how well that actually went over. We met so many great friends while we were down there. Saw a lot of great sights. Ate kangaroo. Really?
Yeah.
Really.
I got to cook kangaroo.
You did it well too. I was thoroughly.
Did you actually chase them down and break their necks with your bare hands?
No, but I do remember we went to the Melbourne Zoo, like just after. Was it before or after? No,
it was after we ate them, because I remember leaning into one of the kangaroos and telling them, "I ate one of you."
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you paid I don't remember how much money, but you paid.
I paid a ridiculous amount of money actually
to go in there and pet kangaroos and take pictures, and then like not 10 seconds later after you got out of there, they just let him go free range. I looked you dead in the eyes. I leaned over and pet one for free.
Yeah, although really it was for the picture ultimately.
Yeah.
A couple of pictures, a couple of really high quality, really decently taken pictures. And not to mention, I'd like to give money to zoos because they need that money more than anyone thinks. I mean, a lot of those are not profit, so I'm very much of the light mind to buy stuff from every zoo that I go to. So
yeah,
I was okay.
I'm all for supporting zoos, man.
Yeah, I was kind of okay with paying the $40 for the 2 pictures. A little steep, but again.
Well, everything in Australia is a little more expensive. That's because their economy is better than ours.
Their economy is better, and their women are hotter, and so are the men. Pretty people down in Australia, I'll tell you what. Pretty people.
I just want to go down there and smoke another Cuban cigar on an Australian beach. That was nice.
That's un-American.
I don't care how un-American.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
It was amazing.
The best part was the friends that we made down there.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see them again.
Yeah, Rachel, Jesse, Sparks, Adrian, Benji, Elle. Tapai?
Yep.
If any of you guys hear this, we love you guys, and we can't wait to see you in a week. Oh my god.
Yeah, just about 10 days.
Son
here.
of a bitch. Durr. Yeah, so that was last year. This year, whew, we have nothing planned with the movie, do we?
Well, I don't know. I hear you have a little bit of something cooking up for the 18+ panel, like just something to whet some people's appetites for something. But
does it have to do with Carmen Sandiego?
There might be a red hat involved, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Taka, though, Taka, you were recently featured in a little fan film there, and honestly, I saw it like just this morning, and I thought it came out pretty damn well. You want to talk a little about that?
I thought it was lame, and the people you worked with were lame, and the effects were lame, and your costume was lame.
No, it was Captain Falcon skit I'd been working on for quite a while I filmed it, and I was waiting on it to get released. It would be Kyle Natali. He from Mega Steak Man. He worked in an awesome, amazing skit. Some of the best digital effects I've seen in a small production like that. And it's me dressed as Captain Falcon punching a dude to death.
And that's all you really need to know to
that's all you really need to know. It was actually really awesome. We spent like about 3.5 hours filming in an underground parking lot.
I'm sure we'll put the link in the description down there, huh, Kaiser?
Oh, of course.
Yes, of course. We'll help this out as much as we can. Or wherever the description is on this video, we'll put the link.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The one thing about their YouTube channels, they're the guys who did Pokepocalypse as well. And they've done a multitude of other different videos, including Shit Navi Says and, the Darth Vader No takes and stuff. There's a lot of really cool videos. And it's really unfortunate because they seem to, be struggling to get a subscriber following. So kind of making it a personal mission of mine so that they get the actual recognition they deserve.
Yeah, that's weird, considering how much good work can get swept under the rug. I mean, it's really weird.
It's a personal thing with me. Like, we redubbed some cartoons, but these guys film and
yeah, they actually put a lot of time and effort and...
Yeah, these guys are...
It's a different side of the job.
It's not even a different side. It's a different level, I'd say. We really have to give a lot of admiration to these guys who put so many hours into learning how to work a camera, special effects, sound design.
His setup was crazy, dude. He had a sound guy with like boom pole and everything. Like this was like really well cut together, just really slick professional setup. It was so much fun. I hope to be involved in future videos. What they do, I will of course be open minded to it. But it was just an amazing experience.
And we always wish you the best of luck, man, because that video was awesome. We want to see more of that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah. I mean, he may be working on one thing or another. We'll see. I don't want to give away too much, but it was just really awesome, and I really hope he does well, with everything he's working on. He busts his butt. Yes, he does.
Yeah, so check it out, Mega Steak Man. Link in the description.
Yes, indeedy.
Speaking of movies, the shorts...
See, now who likes segues?
Okay, then, you make a segue out of it.
Okay, I was gonna make the same segue. I was just letting you do it because I've done it like 3 times so far. Feel like I'm hogging it like Kills in the Leagues of Legends.
Actually, if we want to talk about special effects, there are some serious ones going on in this little teaser.
Oh, I know, right? My God,
it kind of caught me off guard with what the source material is.
I know, right? So last week, was it last week? I think we did talk about the movie last week.
Last podcast, anyway.
Yeah, there's finally a new Dragon Ball Z movie coming out, and for a little while there, the teaser that we're going to link in the description and talk about right now there was a cam rip of it being played after a program, and it was okay. I mean, it was still a cam rip, and it wasn't that great. But now it's up in glorious 360p.
Glorious
360p.
Glorious 360p.
Actually, it's still a world better than a cam rip. It's a teaser trailer for the movie, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of got me a little bit pumped. I mean, it's very simple. It's like, blink and you'll miss it. But it's also, it seems like they're really kind of pushing this to be something big.
Most impressive thing they've ever visually done.
Yeah. It really seems like they're taking a lot from, was it Ultimate Tenkaichi? That opening animation they did? Because that was beautiful. That was some of the most beautiful animation that Dragon Ball Z has ever seen.
Maybe the movie will drag into Dragon Ball Hoshi. Huh?
Get the f*** out.
Oh.
I can't cock my shotgun fast enough.
I still remember that, though. There was this one comment on our channel that said, God, you guys take forever to update. I'm just gonna go sit and wait for Dragon Ball Hoshi. I can't tell if you're joking or not, but have fun waiting.
You're gonna be waiting for a while, son.
Dragon Ball Hoshi.
Dragon Ball Hoshi.
Yeah, by the way, if anybody still thinks Dragon Ball Hoshi is real, don't.
They're more likely. They are more likely to come out with AF.
Yeah.
I love Super Saiyan 10 evil version Goku. Favorite character, bar none.
Yes.
Oh no, it only gets good when he fuses with Super Saiyan 5 Broly.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean,
yeah. What about Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta? Oh wait, no, that exists now. God damn it.
Damn video games. We need something new. Super Saiyan 3.
Dragon Ball Heroes.
Brock Lesnar is Broly. I've accepted that.
But yeah, so the teaser trailer's really, really cool. Something anybody who knows their animation will quickly realize is that halfway through that shot of Goku, as it's panning up over him, it's obviously a 3D model, and then suddenly the rock passes in front of him, and then it's a 2D model.
Yep.
And I find that utterly hilarious because anybody who's like studied animation will like notice it and think, ooh. It's kind of painful to look at, but at the same time, I wonder if that's indicative of what we'll see in the movie.
It's not nearly as painful to look at as the Berserk thing. That's
oh god, the Berserk movie.
That is distracting. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still probably even gonna buy it, but that animation is.
I think I'll still be able.
The CG on there is just distracting as all hell.
Yeah, I'll probably be able to watch that and still enjoy it because it looks like otherwise it's very pretty. But that's.
Not to get too off topic, but like I just watched Archer season 3, and they did a lot of CG work in that, and it worked seamlessly.
Well, sometimes it does work. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it really doesn't.
Yeah, and the Archer guys are actually very good at it because they know how to use it. Like part of it is the fact that a lot of their 3D is very cheap, and so that kind of fits.
As is a lot of their 2D.
Well, yeah, as I said, it fits that atmosphere. So I'm very curious if the use of 3D in that trailer is going to be indicative of what we're going to see in the movie. I'm not sure how I'd feel about it, though. If they could pull it off decently, with some 3D backgrounds, I'd be very curious. I mean, I know that all the One Piece movies have been heavily featuring some CG in the backgrounds, so it could be good, it could be bad, who knows.
Well, if that's the case, they said that there would be kind of a modern flair to it.
That might be what they're indicating.
Yeah, hopefully not. I'm hoping they're going more along story structure. I really want to see everybody get their own damn fight for once.
That needs to happen. I will not be comfortable if Goku keeps Goku can save the day. Goku can beat the villain. I don't mind that.
Yeah, Goku can fight the big bad.
I just don't want all of the other people to go up against their individual opponents and then lose to them and then have Goku beat all of them. Movie 3, anybody?
No, spoilers. Spoilers. Movie 4, Kaiser. Spoilers. Movie 5.
At least in movie 6, they all beat those metal machines. Then they get captured.
You know what? At least in movie 4, Piccolo kicks the crap out of one of them.
Yeah.
Movie 5, Piccolo kicks a lot of ass.
Yeah. You know what? Piccolo gets featured heavily in 4, 5, and 6. Like those are his movies. He kicks some serious ass in them. And then 7, he's just kind of no.
Yeah, eventually just everybody falls to the wayside and lets Goku have his way. But anyway, what were your guys' first introduction to Dragon Ball? Because mine, it was actually when I was probably still in elementary school. I want to say around 4th grade or so. And I had a friend who used to watch, he was just kind of watching anime, and he told me about Dragon Ball Z. I saw him in a video store, and he was holding a Dragon Ball Z box. So the next day, I went to Blockbuster, when those were still around, and there were still VHS tapes. Shut up. God, I feel old. I feel old, and I'm the youngest one here. And I went to the, kid section, because that's where it was back then, and I found Dragon Ball Z, Tree of Might. Probably the worst one to get introduced on. Yeah, because it has the most confusing thing. If you're getting introduced to characters and you have 3 people that look a little like Goku, Yamcha, Turles, and Goku, it's God, what's going on? How is this guy? No, why? Oh, that kid's naked. Yeah, that was my first introduction to Dragon Ball Z, and I didn't watch anything else again until Toonami, and then the first actual episode I watched was the first episode the episode before he went Super Saiyan. This is back when Toonami had the double block of Dragon Ball Z. It was the episode before he went Super Saiyan. Krillin dies, and then he goes Super Saiyan in the next episode. I'm like, oh, shit.
I can't remember how young I was. 9, 10? I remember it was on UPN for a while, really early in the morning. When I was even younger, I caught the Dragon Ball that was being released by Harmony Gold, I think it was. No, it wasn't Harmony Gold. It was Kidmark, I think. Anyway, I remember catching a few of those and not knowing what was going on, but I wanted to see more because it was a very different, darker art style than a lot of cartoons that I'd seen. And it reminded me a bit of Voltron, which was a huge show for me as a kid. I'd watch that with my brother, It was one of those in your underwear on Saturday mornings eating a bowl of cereal. That was Voltron for me.
Some of us had pajamas back then.
I remember Power Rangers took over for Voltron, and I always thought that it was a total ripoff, which is hilarious in hindsight. And then I remember on UPN, and I think I came in during the Saiyan saga, and I just got hooked. And I remember like watching every single episode every time. I got up way earlier than I ever get up to watch a show. All the way up into where Goku lands on Namek. And everyone knows this point. Everyone knows it because they kept repeating it. The first 52 episodes, they kept repeating all of those episodes, and every time you'd wonder, are they going to show it? Are they going to go past the step? No, never went past them. It always stopped at episode 52. And I remember when I caught Tree of Might, and I thought, what episodes are these?
Yeah.
Especially since they played them as episodes. They didn't play them, like, they played 2 in a row.
Wait, they chopped up the movies and made them episodes?
Yeah, the movie 3. They only ever showed movie 3 on TV.
Oh.
They never showed movie 1 or 2 on TV. It was only movie 3. That's why there are 2 dubs. Well, now there are 3 dubs of movie 3. There was the original Ocean dub, the uncut Ocean dub, and then Funimation's dub. But
what about the big green dub, Kaiser?
Let that child alone.
Come, Magic Cloud.
I'm not gonna lie. I loved that for all the right reasons.
But I ended up going online and finding everything I could about the show. Everything. I was watching clips from GT, which was amazing, watching young, like, little Goku, Super Saiyan, doing that one running Kamehameha he does, and just flipping the out. I couldn't believe it, and so then I ended up watching it on the international channel.
I can only imagine you clicking on that link randomly and just going, what the hell happened?
And it was all in Japanese, so I couldn't understand any of it. I remember finding Goku's voice just like a lot of people that, his voice is controversial in America. But I remember as a kid finding it so cool because it was so different, and the wails that Masako Nozawa would let out were almost inhuman at times. And so I kind of felt like that was really cool as a kid. So I think that's kind of one of the things that helped me grow up with Nozawa as Goku. Especially since I ended up watching it on the international channel, and I saw all of the Frieza saga in Japanese before I saw it in English. Like, past the stuff that was on the UPN.
Because all that matters was the Fighto. But
actually,
at the same time, you're watching all of the Japanese Frieza before Kai, and you're just sitting there watching them talk, and it's like, I wonder what they're saying.
I want you to imagine this little 12-year-old boy, though, watching the show, and then the scene with Frieza impaling Krillin happening. It's freaky as hell. Like, I actually got physically uncomfortable as I was watching it. I was like, what? Oh my god, Krillin, no!
Yeah, that would be a big shock the first time.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, this stuff is showed to, 9-year-olds in Japan. I can't even begin to say why that is so weird for Americans. I don't necessarily disagree with it. It's just so holy hell.
It's just, as time goes by, the cartoons are getting weaker and weaker. Probably the most mature cartoon on television right now is freaking Adventure Time.
Yeah, in regular show, probably. But... So what do you think? How did you get introduced to Dragon Ball, Taka?
Well, I started making an abridged series. I watched Sailor Moon every day of my life. No, no, it was a after school show, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, nothing much really to say what you guys touched base on. The first episode I watched was the one where Yamcha was killed, and it was the first time. No, it was the first time in a cartoon where someone died that I'd watched. I'm just like, he's dead. Awesome. I thought it was just it felt cool, and that part of the Saiyan saga was really well done.
And of course, at the time, you didn't know that his death was entirely pointless.
I kind of sensed that, though, because it's
Yamcha.
I don't know who this guy is, but he seems unimportant.
Kind of getting over him way too fast. Yup. I mean,
got killed by one of the minor creeps. Okay.
It was around that time that I think one of the first animes I'd ever watched was Samurai Pizza Cats, though.
Oh my god! Samurai Pizza Cats!
That was probably
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh yeah!
Who do you call when you want some pepperoni?
You can't stop this, Liney.
Samurai Pizza Cats. That must have been the first anime I ever watched that was like before I even recognized it as anime.
Oh yeah, the same for all of us. We a lot of us didn't even know. Same with like Voltron.
Because that was essentially the first abridged series.
It kind of was. Well, no, because it didn't abridge. It was a parody dub, if anything.
The plot.
And sometimes it did completely change the plot. Part of that was due to the fact that a lot of the scripts they got in just made no I found that
you go change it.
His name's Bob now.
One of my
Holly Esther and Guido Anchovy.
Perfect.
and the people dubbing it had maybe the most cursory knowledge of Japanese culture.
But you know what? It was all the better for it.
You know, it kind of was. It's kind of like ghost stories like that.
I could probably never go back and watch it again and think of it the same way, but I'm happy with it as a memory in my head.
Actually, I've went back and watched some episodes. It holds up particularly well.
Does it really?
Yeah, there's this one joke. I remember, I went back and I watched it again. There's this one joke where they're the Ryukyu Islands, which is basically like Japan's Australia, where they send all their prisoners, and they make this joke that they've all made it into a resort. And so they're just kind of walking around wondering why all these prisoners are out on the beach suntanning, and there's a bunch of beautiful women. And as they're walking, Speedy's like, I'm confused. And Guido just chimes in, well, I'm aroused. And I'm sitting there going like, oh, Sublime Entertainment, what you got away with back in the day.
What you got away with when you didn't care about violence. Of course, it was like Animaniacs like that. And that is a show that I want like an entire DVD collection of, or Blu-ray collection. Probably DVD because of the aspect ratio, but...
Animaniacs or...
Yeah, I want the entire series on DVD or Blu-ray.
Well, then go buy it.
Yeah.
Does it exist? Does it exist? Like in a full box set?
Yeah. Same with Pinky and the Brain.
Well, awesome. I know what I'm doing.
Know how you're spending all your internet monies?
All of my internet monies. all of the internet money.
Oh.
But
That's what happens when you lose your dignity, people.
Yeah.
Slowly erode away into a shell.
So, yeah. So, Dragon Ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Actually, interesting. I should have mentioned this. I saw Dragon Ball back before Dragon Ball Z because they aired 12 episodes up in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Kid Mark. It's same in the States, too.
The first scene I ever saw, and I remember I flicked it on. I was young. God, I was at least 30. And I flicked on the TV, and it just showed Goku walking down this road, and there's this rock. He jumps up and he punches it. Guess he didn't do anything. Walks away, and the rock slowly broke apart as he was walking away. Do you remember that shot, Kaiser?
I think I do.
Yeah, it was the first scene I ever saw of the show.
First scene I ever saw was him beating up a bunch of wolves.
Cool.
First thing I ever saw in Dragon Ball was like the actual first scene in Dragon Ball because, yeah, that was when Toonami started rolling through that.
Yeah, I actually started buying the VHSs for that one, off the bat. I heard that it had all the original music, and they dubbed the opening and closing, and I'm like, that's awesome. So
How old were you?
14, probably.
My God, you were a little nerd.
Oh, no, totally. I remember, I grew up with, people don't know, I grew up with the Japanese version. That's kind of why I have a lot of love for that. It's part of Dragon Ball for me.
I'm picturing 14-year-old Kaiser just walking into his Target and just being, I need the first couple VHSs of Dragon Ball because it has the...
Oh, no.
Where did you go? Suncoast?
No. I was one of those guys who pre-ordered them.
Oh!
I pre-ordered them online, and I remember something that frustrated the hell out of me. I was just getting the Trunks ones in. And here's the really frustrating part. I got the Trunks one in right before I had to leave for summer camp. And so...
Camp.
Christian summer camp.
Ready to get away.
Oh man, twice. God, no wonder you.
To be fair, I honestly, I'll be honest here, Kaiser. I used to go to Christian summer camp too, and it was Christian horseback riding camp.
You know what? Come to think of it, I went to a Christian summer camp as well. It wasn't a sleepaway camp, But I did go to a YMCA camp as a kid.
That explains so much and yet so little. But the worst part was I get back and then there's an audio error on the VHS.
No!
I know. I was like so upset. They sent me one like a replacement in 2 days. It was pretty good turnaround time. That was actually back.
Turnaround time for back then.
It was actually sort of amazing because this was when Funimation was like 10 people in an office.
I just realized the back then that I'm mentioning, if you're talking about being 24, was 2001 or 2002.
Shut up.
Oh God.
I had to give up though. I think it was somewhere around the Android Saga, and I just couldn't afford getting the VHSs every time because they were expensive for VHS.
And that's when the Blu-rays started, and that's when the DVDs started to come out.
Yeah, and I couldn't afford it. So, but you know, I've sunk more money into this series than anyone would ever believe. Like seriously, I have spent way more money on this series than anyone would ever believe. So I want everyone to know I have supported the official release.
I'm sure Vegito EX would believe you.
Oh, he has bought the first movie 20 times.
Dear
It
God.
wasn't even that good.
Dear God.
Yeah, well, he's actually made it a thing. He'll buy the first movie whenever it's released in a place. It's kind of like a hobby almost.
So collecting every single thing of the Dead Zone.
Yeah,
Now, does he have the Christopher Walken version?
that would be amazing. And now I'm gonna open the Dead Zone to suck you in and trap you for all time.
Macanza Pacolo, whatever.
Oh, that was fun. It was nice to talk about our first time with Dragon.
Yes, it was nice talking about our
Oh.
first times. Our Dragon Ball Cherry.
And do you know what the first anime I ever saw was, though?
What?
Oh,
I
man.
thought it was Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh, yeah. The first real anime, though.
Okay, what was your first quote unquote real anime other than Dragon Ball?
Well, Cyber Pokemon and Sailor Moon. It was an actual VHS someone brought. Speaking of VHSs,
Was it
remind me.
Vampire Hunter D?
No, it was. Oh, what's the one where there's a dragon?
Oh God, it's everything.
No. This one's really good. It's a berserker and elves, long ears.
Wait a second. You're not talking about Dragon Half, are you?
No. It's an
I'm
old.
lost beyond lost.
Gon loves it. Gon loves it. Gon like.
El Hazard?
No, Hazard. What?
Well, I'm trying to
Why
guess.
did you bring this up when you don't even know what it's
Oh
called?
my God! It's Legend of Dragon thing. It is the berserker guy dies. Spoilers.
Like legend? Wait, you mean Legend of the Dragoon?
No, that's a game.
Yeah, that's
But
kind of
terrible.
Here, Taka, I assume you're going to figure out what you're talking about at some point. But for now, I think we're going to let these people get on with Like, Kaiser?
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time on the Team 4-Star Podcast Z. Bye.